Football, in all its passion and unpredictability, offers more than just 90 minutes of sport. It brings stories, emotions, and moments that linger far beyond the final whistle. Across stadiums filled with song and hope, fans gathered once again to watch their sides fight for pride, points, and momentum. From the roar of the Etihad's faithful supporters to the defiant chants echoing in Celtic Park, every match carried its own rhythm, its own story. This weekend delivered contests defined by resilience, tactical mastery, and moments that shifted the tide in seconds. As the fixtures unfolded, it became clear that champions rise not only through skill but through unity and unwavering determination. Let us journey through 5 remarkable encounters: Swansea vs Manchester City, Liverpool vs Crystal Palace, Wolves vs Chelsea, Celtic vs Falkirk, and Inter vs Fiorentina, each a tale of ambition meeting resolve. Swansea vs Manchester City. Prediction: correct score 0-3. Manchester City win and over 2.5 goals. In South Wales, anticipation filled the air as Swansea prepared to host one of the most formidable sides in world football. The home supporters came with hope, their songs echoing through the stands, believing that passion could bridge the gap in quality. Yet from the first whistle, Manchester City took control of the rhythm. Their movements were methodical, their passing precise, and their composure unwavering. Swansea worked tirelessly to contain the pressure, but the visitors' patience broke through the defensive wall. One goal became 2, and soon the third arrived, each strike a reflection of structured dominance. City didn't just win, they imposed their identity. The 0-3 scoreline mirrored the gulf in control and execution, but it also highlighted Swansea's resilience. The fans applauded both effort and excellence. The travelling supporters sang in triumph, the home faithful stood proud of their side's courage. Football spirit shone brightest in mutual respect, a reminder that effort earns applause, even in defeat. Liverpool vs Crystal Palace. Prediction: correct score 2-1. Both teams to score, yes. Anfield carried its trademark electricity as Liverpool welcomed Crystal Palace. The Red Sea of flags and banners created an atmosphere that few visiting teams can withstand. Palace, however, arrived undeterred, ready to challenge the roar of the Kop. The first half was a battle of tempo and willpower. Liverpool pressed forward relentlessly, while Palace countered with speed and purpose. The opening goal ignited the stands, sending waves of sound across the city. But Palace struck back, silencing the crowd momentarily with a well-worked equalizer. The contest promised goals, and it delivered. As the game wore on, Liverpool's persistence paid off. The decisive strike restored their lead, sealing a 2-1 win that reflected their determination and the visitors' bravery. Both teams deserved credit for their spirit and intensity. When the final whistle blew, the stadium erupted in gratitude. Palace's supporters applauded their fighters, Liverpool's faithful raised scarves high, proud of a victory earned through grit. Football, once again, became a celebration of belief and endurance. Wolves vs Chelsea. Prediction: correct score 0-2. Chelsea win. At Molineux, strategy and discipline took centre stage. Wolves approached the game with defensive structure and patience, aiming to frustrate a Chelsea side determined to assert control. The tension was palpable, 2 tactical systems clashing in silence before the storm. Chelsea's composure in possession gradually opened cracks in Wolves' setup. A well-crafted move brought the first breakthrough, shifting momentum firmly to the visitors. Wolves fought bravely but struggled to maintain shape under sustained pressure. The second goal arrived through pure persistence, confirming the 0-2 result. It was not flamboyant football, it was mature, measured, and professional. Chelsea demonstrated control from start to finish, a team learning to win with efficiency rather than spectacle. Wolves, though defeated, earned admiration for their commitment. As fans applauded their sides, the spirit of the sport was alive, competition fought with respect. The travelling supporters left Molineux proud, the home crowd stood tall, loyal as ever. Celtic vs Falkirk. Prediction: correct score 3-0. Celtic win and over 2.5 goals. Celtic Park was a fortress of noise and colour as the champions welcomed Falkirk. Every corner of the stadium vibrated with passion, green and white scarves swirling like waves. The stage was set for dominance, and Celtic delivered from the outset. The hosts controlled possession, dictating pace and territory. Falkirk's resistance was admirable, but Celtic's energy and accuracy overwhelmed them. The opening goal sparked jubilation, the second solidified control, the third confirmed inevitability. A 3-0 victory, clean and commanding, spoke of focus and professionalism. Celtic supporters sang louder with every pass, their chants rolling like thunder across the city. Falkirk's fans, though outnumbered, stood proud. Their team had faced giants and fought until the end. As the final whistle echoed, applause filled the air. For Celtic, another step in their relentless pursuit of excellence; for Falkirk, a moment to cherish in adversity. Football's beauty lies in these contrasts, power and pride meeting courage and heart. Inter versus Fiorentina. Prediction: correct score 2-1. Inter win. Under the lights of San Siro, emotion met expectation. The stands were alive with blue and black colors, banners stretching across the tiers, voices blending into a thunderous symphony. Fiorentina arrived determined, unafraid of the occasion, ready to challenge one of Italy's great forces. The opening exchanges were tight, tactical, and tense. Inter probed patiently, searching for space, while Fiorentina countered with precision. The first goal lifted the roof, unleashing an eruption of joy from the home supporters. Yet Fiorentina refused to fold, finding an equalizer that stunned the stadium and reignited the contest. As the second half unfolded, Inter's determination grew. They pressed higher, controlled the midfield, and finally found the decisive breakthrough, a goal that restored belief and sealed the 2-1 result. San Siro shook as fans celebrated together, a collective release of passion and pride. Fiorentina's efforts earned admiration, Inter's resolve earned victory. As the players saluted their supporters, the night felt electric, another page in the long history of Italian football's grand theatre. Across 5 matches, football's emotion and unpredictability were on full display. Swansea versus Manchester City, 0-3, a masterclass in dominance. Liverpool versus Crystal Palace, 2-1, resilience and passion from both sides. Wolves versus Chelsea, 0-2, tactical discipline and quiet control. Celtic versus Falkirk, 3-0, power meeting persistence. Inter versus Fiorentina, 2-1, drama beneath the lights of San Siro. Each result told its own story, victories born of precision, courage, and unity. The numbers may define outcomes, but the feelings define football. From the roaring stands in England to the electric nights in Italy and Scotland, one truth remained constant: supporters give this game its heartbeat. Their voices turn matches into memories, defeats into lessons, and wins into lifelong stories. To every supporter who stood through rain and wind, who sang when hope seemed faint, who clapped in defeat and roared in triumph, this weekend belonged to you. You transformed stadiums into cathedrals of emotion. You carried your teams through pressure and lifted them in celebration. Your chants echoed beyond the final whistle, binding generations through shared love of the game. Football lives through you, the dreamers, the travelers, the believers. Whether in the Liberty, Anfield, Molineux, Celtic Park, or San Siro, your presence turned matches into moments that will be remembered long after the scores fade from memory. As another weekend awaits, the cycle begins anew. New games, new hopes, new stories. Yet one thing never changes: the heart of football beats loudest in the stands.